Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we're going to be playing some blue-white control. Blue-white control's been the funnest deck for me for the most part in standard right now. I enjoy playing Grixis a lot, but when everybody's playing Grixis and you're kind of playing the mirror and you're just figuring out what cards are slightly different in your deck, that's not too enjoyable for me. But blue-white has been a blast. I get to play my favorite card in standard right now in Memory Deluge. Being able to look at cards, grab the two I want, and then flash it back later has been really fun for me. Getting to play Wandering Emperor, which I like Planeswalkers a lot, has flash, moves pesky threats that we need to, can make tokens, it's an in-game killer. Then we have Teferi, the guy that can draw us cards. Just draw us cards. Make a token maybe, but why make a token when you can draw cards? Then we get Farewell. Farewell being a massive board wipe for roughly anything. Enchantress may be hard for us to deal with, but we can get them off the board with this. We can also deal with graveyards that are pretty hard to interact with at times. But some of the smaller things we got here, we got to populate to kind of wipe the board early, especially if we're on the draw and we need to. It might be slightly too slow for that, which is why you might be thinking, why no temporary lockdown? Temporary lockdown and Farewell do not go incredible together, as you can't get the creatures and stuff under it, but it might not matter enough that temporary lockdown might just still be better. They over depopulate, or maybe flash like one temporary lockdown instead of this. Do 1-1 split. We are playing a lot of counter magic. We are playing 8 total. Straight up counter magic spells, different types of cancels. This one costs 1 less if they cast 2 spells. So if they cast the spell before and we just want to let it go, or we only have 2 mana, next spell they cast, we can kind of get it for 2. This one is pretty good as well in terms of tapping down big threats if needed, but also it's just straight up a counter spell. This being a really cool card, I think kind of underrated. It's 3 mana rock at its worst, but it loots for us, gets some of these legendary planeswalkers out of our hand if we already got them in play, or we are trying to just dig for counter spells. Also letting us control the day-night cycle, gain a little life against mono red. Just puts in a lot of work. Bankbuster also being an incredibly good card. We only have 2 in this list. A lot of lists, if you're playing best of 3, will be on like 4 of these. It's a pretty easy cut. Also, like sometimes I got 3 in the main, 1 in the side. You can kind of bring it into the side, and there's really grindy matchups. Playing best of 1, I don't think we want 4 of these. It can be kind of clunky at times, especially if you have multiple of them because you want to draw instead of cast another one. Destroy Evil, gets Children, gets Fables, gets the enchantment that makes soldiers. Can't think of it right now. Then we have Lay Down Arms for early game removal. Their life total doesn't matter as much for us because we're trying to play in the late game anyway or bore them to death. So I'm going to hop in. I made this way too long, so now we can't see any cards. But we're going to hop into some games and we're going to see how it performs. Okay. On board here. Our hand is slow. This is a hand we can definitely get in trouble with, but playing against a slower matchup is we have like plays turn for land, we can cycle them later. We have Lay Down, Farewell to catch everything. I'm gonna go ahead and keep this. I think it's kind of loose. Doesn't have a whole lot of play, especially if they're aggro, other than Lay Down on. Red's been getting some play, but the villain, Grixis. Sorcery, so we go ahead and play as far as headquarter. I know we talked about cycling it, but they're just playing tap lanes as well, so just going to play into this Memory Deluge and get what we need. Farewell should be pretty decent in this matchup. 5 Harvester, we will just go ahead and exile this. Well, that changes things. Now we can hold up a counter magic, take 3, not like a big deal, and then cast a Memory Deluge if needed. Go ahead and do that. Could have got more blue down, especially considering this is why we hold up a counter spell. The grindy card out of the matchup. I could have had played the blue and down. I now have another answer to Fable. I'm gonna go ahead and get this off the board. Now I have 4 mana for Memory Deluge. I have interaction with Destroy Evil. The hiccups. Try not to do it in the mic. situation. Opponents missed land drop. I can't remove that right now. Let's cast a Memory Deluge. And Emperor counterspell. Have a land drop, so the land's not necessarily big snag there. Oh, so slight punt. I should have done the Memory Deluge after this resolved. I just threw my card at the wall and just hoped it worked. I know. I could let him commit more to this board, hold up a counterspell and a Memory Deluge and a Wandering Emperor if he plays something with haste, and I can get more cards with this Farewell and clean up more. Not too concerned. The exile cards from my graveyard is only going to do 4. Not that big of a concerning. Press. Kind of annoying. Like a weird time for duress, but like I think Wandering Emperor, it could be Farewell that they take. Sure, I have a Memory Deluge as well. I don't think fighting over duress is that important, especially when they have such hard choices to take. Although I do think Farewell's probably the choice. Maybe it might not be. It's a lot of mana. I'm taking my entire turn to do that. Could just take the counter spell so they lose their stuff this turn and then they know they don't have to fight for a counter spell next turn. Farewell is taken. Or discard a card. I might go ahead and just eat this Wandering Emperor and then just get rid of this Destroy Evil. That puts me down so many cards. They have a lot of action because they've missed a lot of lands. That's what makes this spot hard, is like going down more cards here. Not always good. I think we want to go ahead and take the 4 and then hold up counterspell if they want to do anything, and then just get this on the end step. We're going to gain 2 life, so it's only taking 2 by letting this hit. Also start producing threats and maybe actually getting in there.
Run away. You'll be safe.
Take this. Resolve. Start this. Talk about. Argue the Memory Deluge. It's a drop because we can cast it. But we can also cast it twice, so. I want to plus this to keep it around. I want to be able to make a threat, if not 2 threats. Threat in order to fight off some of their creatures. Land drop pass. Might sack their blood token here, looking for a land. They have Underdog. It would make a lot more sense to do it too. They find land anyway. We're looking for is probably Big Teferi or any card source, like more repetitive card source. Celestis is fine, but it's not really card advantage. Yeah, I will lose my Emperor there. We would have lost our token anyway if they wanted to do that. They just must not have anything really to do in their hand at all. I'm gonna grab Buff and Rafine's Tower. Go ahead and cycle Rafine's Tower. Little bottlenecked on blue, but I think trying to find something better is better anyway. You can also flash this Memory Deluge back. We have Counterspell. Destroy Evil to stop and remove any threats that we need to. Another land, so they're hitting land drops now. But they plan to do here. Trespasser. I'm going to go ahead and counter this so I don't have to deal with it. All right, so this is what this counter spell is really sick for. This is why I like it a lot. Bottlenecked here on blue. This is like the big emphasis that I want to talk about this card. We're bottlenecked on blue, but we can still cast both these because if they cast first spell, I counter it. I have to counter it with this one. It's a blue less instead of like typically being a colorless less. This is only a blue and a colorless. They've yet to sack this blood token. I don't know what's in their hand that they're so keen on keeping. But I feel like if their plan is just to keep passing, this might be a make disappear. No, don't make this. Absolutely just flood card advantage with these deluges, but again, the bottleneck on blue is tough. I'll grab a Wandering Emperor and a Deluge, I think, and just hope to draw an island. I didn't get one, but we do have good removal. This Graveyard Trespasser is way less threatening now because we have so many cards in hand. Again, I'm just going to pass. We might flash in this Wandering Emperor in on instep to start applying some pressure. Evoke Despair has 0 chance of resolving. I'm going to go ahead and use this one. I know we can tap down a creature, but again, the Scorn being a second spell. Cool with not letting them draw 3 cards. Their plan is to Invoke Despair. I'm playing this and making a threat. I know Invoke Despair can technically answer both these, but I have a counterspell and plenty of mana to pay for the Make Disappear. If they play one, it would just have to be a strong card like Negate in order to stop it. The other island is great here. Make a second threat. Don't want to put all my resources into one. Although it would now dodge cut down. He only has a blue and a red open. Voltic Surge is also a possibility. That might be why we see this blood token still here. Oh, we're going to end turn. You guys can't hear my song I'm listening to. I don't even know what it is, but it's just a really good vibe. Brotherhoods and 3 damage to each creature and each walker. Let's see what our options are. Another Emperor. I'm gonna actually grab this Deserted Beach. If I fight over this, we're open to Invoke Despair next turn. We actually have pressure. Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and counter. This could be wrong. This might be like just wait and go to the late game because I can also just flash in another Emperor instead of countering that. But again, I'm in the process of wanting to end this game, or they can never crawl back in with Invoke Despairs. Another land. Let's get in there for 5. I have 4, 5, 6, 7, 2 mana. I don't believe Memory to Lose has an option of grabbing us any counter magic besides a 2 of Make Disappear that's in our deck. We've yet to see one. I don't think we've even seen one off Memory to Lose. What's in there? I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and shoot for it just to see what happens. I'm grabbing Bank Buster and Celestis. This Invoke Despair can resolve. Might be a 3/3 that gets ridden to the promised land if they don't remove it. Cut down's completely off the table. Also, Bank Buster value is just going to be so high, I just don't know how they crawl back in. So, max hand size. We're going to play this. White, play a Bank Buster. We will go ahead and get this Celestis down as well. They'll flip the day, so this will trigger, give us 1 life. I want to represent as much blue as possible. 5 blue now. were to counter it, which if that's what's holding priority, I'd probably just let it go. I mean, I would have to let it go, but like not too concerned about it. So I'm gonna take this action. Destroy Evil is a little more expensive than Lay Down Arms, but Destroy Evil also answers everything. Actually, does not answer a Blood Tithe Harvester. Let's go ahead and do. Let's go ahead and do Destroy Evil. We also have 6, 7 planes in play. Sure, duress me. Play the land like every turn. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. Yeah, I'm not too concerned about turn 10 duress. Not that upset about it. Spell gets taken again. And the one spell we didn't want taken. If I had to say there was one. Wandering Emperor seems tempting here, but I'm drawing with Bankbuster. This is drawing cards. I lose my 3/3. Sure. I thought the wait there was to potentially crew up his Bankbuster and make it the creature I lose instead. Just think there's no point. That's Invoke Despair number 3. Yeah. Invoke Despair number 3, and I still feel like we're ahead. Just need to get a big Teferi down. 1 or counter spells. I know we put at least closer to the bottom, but we've memory to lose so often now that it's probably not. Place this land. A little more valuable. Spell. Bankbuster. Bankbuster would not have been that bad. Set up second Bankbuster. Why not? And we can just go ahead and pass. Could have held it and triggered this Celestis. We have 9 mana open. There, 8 mana. This is just a pass. In second main. That's as interesting as it comes. Draw. Draw. Maybe rapid session time. And let's flash this Wandering Emperor in. Know about the Emperor. This isn't playing around make disappear at all.
Feel the energy of battle, then guide it like.
I'm trying to remove this in response. I can still activate the Planeswalker's ability. I just don't have priority because they're active player. Yeah, I'm gonna make a 2/2.
I guess that's that.
Well, we talked about him. He showed up. I got 2 because he's really our late game closer. Let's get a Blast Zone down. Important to kind of clean up some stuff if we need it to. Down. I could draw, but I have kind of all the action that I want, and I have plenty to draw here if I need it. So we're going to go ahead and make a creature. Again, trying to close the game. This creature is much better than this soldier, so if they do invoke Spare Me, here's downfall on that. Time
travel is harder than it.
Let these threats answer the board.
Who's that handsome devil?
Good game so far. I had a little bit of a punt earlier, not knowing that it would change as much. I'm curious if what list Shaka is playing. Destroy creature power 2 or less. Turn up to 2 creature cards from your end. I mean, that's pretty bad. I don't really like that. Go ahead and counter it. I could just like... Oh, it says each creature with power 2 or less. I thought it said target. Holy moly. So, I know that Burnt Taco was actually playing this Magic player. He played this as a one of in the challenge, standard challenge recently. I could activate this, but I'm putting my counter spell down, I think. Actually, no, I wouldn't be. He casts a spell, so his next one will make this only cost 2, so we can actually get this massive amount of pressure on. Take my turn. Draw. This goes to 4. We're hitting him for 10. Screw this up. And I have 2 counter spells. This game's pretty much all but closed out. I don't have to make myself vulnerable by tapping out and drawing another card if I don't want to. But I have so much mana that it might not matter. It becomes a lot more relevant to put him one more lower if it was like we had shock lands and whatnot. Not have those in our format. It's like instead of being at 3 where you could technically shock and land in, to maybe play something else. We have so much mana, it doesn't really matter that much. But dude, we always take the action. We can always get better. This many cards in hand. See. Give a 6/6. We have a 6/6 plus we have a Bank Buster. Destroy each creature with power 2 or less. Each opponent highest power. I am perfectly okay with not letting that resolve. Not Burnt Taco's list anymore because he's playing more than one copy of it. Good game. Good game 1. By game 1, it's the best one, so I don't know what I'm saying. Too much paper magic. Very nice. But we take it down. Sides to punt in the beginning. Nice. Play. We have Counterspell and a Deluge. Fairy and the Farewell. Yeah, seems okay to me. Slow round. I have an early game interaction, but you know. Figure it out later. On a red. Or red-black sacrifice. While you're out together. Oops. This is the argument of temporary lockdown. I just need to get to Farewell. 3. Take 3. Stop killing me. Oh, well, that just proves that they're vampires. Well, that makes me nervous. I'm definitely playing land and passing. Land. I have to take this. I cannot let that resolve. I just fire off the second one. Fine. It would put me to 9. I have no counter magic, but I can dig for lands and then Farewell, but I don't know if their graveyard's that important. I mean, it could be, but also depopulate, turn them off for a turn. I can just rip a land naturally, maybe? Let's try that. Not my favorite. My favorite board type of all. Attacks. What a coin think we find ourselves in. You can make a blood token. You can stack a blood token. Discard a card. Draw one singular card. And that's going to be the play. What a disc. The fairy? Again, I think I'm probably going to eventually have to get to this farewell. And Vampire's really throwing me through the ringer on this one, huh? Guess I'll just keep having a removal for the big spells. I could have waited because it's still active and it's still active for an extra card draw. Zero land anyway, never punish. Why would I plan when I'm just lucky? You know what I'm saying? Got so nervous because I thought I didn't hit record. So upset. We can destroy this. It's been kind of cool for them to cast a spell. If we just don't give it. So we will most likely just be memory losing main phase here if we don't hit it on lane. Fine, I can just close my eyes and ask for anything at this point. Don't want a memory to lose. Well, hear me out, brother man. That's going to get exiled. I don't care. I care about... That's the only thing I don't know. They haven't shown me anything in terms of reading. So I just don't know if I care. This is good, but I think I want Buster to draw a card. Brother. Have 7 mana. I'm gonna go ahead. Get them all. I know I lose my memory, but not knowing if vampires has effects, doesn't seem like a risk I should take over a memory to lose. Oh. Okay, I can bank Buster. Lay down arms. Again, their life total not mattering to. And vampire enters battlefield under blood token. Blood token. Sure. With the trigger on the stack so they can't drain me, I'm gonna go ahead and remove this. They could have technically stacked this to make me lose 2 life. A lot of land. The waste. We're gonna probably cycle this try them. Probably play 6 of them. You kind of want to try leyline binding a blue-white control list. They've always just had one card in there. I want them to go out of the cards, so I know, like, I know all the information. Out the information, huh? That's pretty rad. Fast. Battlefield. That's take go to 7. Okay. Vampire. Yes. It's gonna be such tragic loss. I've seen so many cards that I feel like I should. I guess I haven't seen many more. Well, I've had card select. If there's a way to win the game, I guess I'll grab them. Nothing. Farewell can clean up everything and I can cast one. I deluge again, but my hand is solid. I also want to clear these. Kind of stuck with their. Oh, I can't clear those because I lose my treasure. Well, I can treasure, I guess. Actually, go ahead and get rid of this. I think casting a farewell is loose. I want to do that. Exile this. Go to 8.
This is what you get for
1 damage
hurting
doesn't
my
scare me. So, technically kill that, I guess. Downside. Attacking there. Olivia, I think, has haste, so I have to hold. There's my Emperor, but I'm just gonna keep hitting her. I don't care.
I guess that's it then.
Life was way more. Go ahead and counter this. I have another counter spell. Also, they also tab this. Using these as removal spells right now. Keep drawing on it. Once it's options.
Don't feel bad when you lose. Fight another mystery solved.
Have an available counter spell. Like gaining 1 life. Negates this. At some point, I'm probably gonna have to get Buster down. Probably be next turn. Top deck any action. Another welcoming vampire. Actually, I'll let that resolve. So this is probably the spot where I can fight a farewell. I value off farewell. 6. Okay. Oh. Depopulate too. But oh, I can farewell. Or I can just populate. Yeah, let's do populate here. Get rid of the board. Make creature. Play this.
Nice to see a familiar face.
I can draw a card. Then put a counter on here, crew up his bank buster. So I have the pressure, and I also have counter spell still. Like, I don't know. Pretty. And we're gonna use the one that's expensive, tapping down right now. I don't really like to keep this thorn in hand priority over anything else. So make another guy. Draw again.
Eyes everywhere.
Oh. Go this. And for the throw, but I have counterspell for it. I have cancel for it. This is what, you know, what blue white players live for. Make their opponents so upset that they leave the building. If you guys watching have a link on Amazon to a new monitor, you probably send it to the homie here. Probably need one. You might get a new PC while they're at it. Or a phone. They could be playing mobile. Their phone might be in the bottom of a lake. They have another timeout? So if you don't know, I'm well, you wouldn't have it away. I'm also streaming this into Discord. I'm like deafened and muted, and somebody's watching live, and that's we got the most accurate. Oh no! Let me type to my friend. I just made him forfeit. Normally, it just like takes our priority away. That's all we need. How upsetting would it have been if I just queued into the same person? Oh no, my opponent goes first. How will I ever win? I keep. Turn 2. Go turn 3. Ooh, thank God I didn't play turn 1. Play Thalia. Heard me. Do it. There. Jesus. I feel like unless you play Womp here. Hold up. You have Tristani. Camp. Have these swamp sleeves. Hey, it planes? Oh, wait a minute. Buster, I don't know how to tell you this. You're not long for this world. You'll have to find us a farewell. Silver Ruin not necessarily going to get us home on this. They get it back. That's why they're doing it. Okay. Like, you don't... Summoning Sickness, brother. You also just discarded a land. And then put it in and ramped. Alright, you're killing it. You got it. You got it. You're... Wonder if that's what they're thinking about now. They're just like... Why'd I do that? That's what I'm thinking. Game that not even summoning some tapped. Own Bank Buster? I mean, I just don't want you to get cards. Yes. I have 2 land drops to make. 3 land drops. You just Wandering Emperor or exile this. Although I can do that anyway. I can threaten a counterspell in hand. Also, actually, I don't have to Wandering Emperor exile that. I can Wandering Emperor make a blocker. Now we're thinking. Now our brain cells are kicking. Although. I was holding this. Your own Emperor.
I'm not overconfident. You're just underwhelming.
Not overconfident. You're just underwhelming. Dash. Wandering Emperor.
Keep watch for intruders.
Okay, that's what we needed. What dreams are made of. I lay down arms. No. I was just hoping you. This. The part about lay down arms is they actually won't let you target a thing you can't exile. I know that seemed maybe obvious on the surface, but like a card like Fatal Push, for example, you can technically target a 5-mana creature with Fatal Push, and it won't matter.
Strike fast and strike hard.
What attack you want to do? Sure, I mean, I'm going to farewell it next turn, I think. Eh. Everyone's gonna make it slightly weird. Solve that. Flash on our own. The only problem is it's just gonna be a plus. Target nothing. I could troll and just target his creature.
I am the Emperor of Kamigawa, and I will protect
I'll
my
do that.
people.
Me. Okay.
Now that's that.
That's an enchantment, I
In
suppose.
this fight.
They have a Wandering Emperor, but I will have it to fairy. So, artifacts can, enchantments. And there's like, I swear, if next turn they go in here and they reanimate this. Come on. I guess exile in the graveyards made sense too, right? Because of the
Guards,
enchantment.
to me.
Think about it. Oh, don't worry about it. It's fine. I'm not trolling. I promise. Just do.
I'm
We have to make a
Fighting for
creature.
battles I might not win. It's nice to see a familiar face.
So that's kind of a troll. Back it.
I have got new moves to teach you.
Am I just throwing? Man. Oh, stop, please. Lose off the top is not.
I am here to learn.
I'm gonna war bounce it. And how they attack here? Making that creature. That's a troll. I'm supposed to plus and then make creature next available.
Show them how we greet our enemies.
I assume the plan is Sanctuary Warden at me. The other two at Tef. But we'll see. Okay. Or at me 5 at Tef. Means I get to keep Tef entirely? See what they do here. Not bouncing. I think.
Run away. You'll be safer.
Bouncing
I
it.
am almost sad.
Big
to see
upsetting
you
event.
go.
Big creature.
Still have much to learn. Keep watch for intruders.
Good draw, but I'm actually. I think playing.
Nobody knows.
If you
the
do
past
anything
better
too
than me.
crazy, I can actually tap their stuff down. I also have a backup Wandering Emperor to make another 2/2 if needed. Main thing that we want to do is get this creature online and keep it alive. Playing. It's been a long day. I've been playing a little bad
I
in
have
my
got
opinion.
new moves to teach you.
What the attack is. Good Wandering Emperor exile, but I can also Wandering Emperor plus faithful absence. Or I can just make it 2/2.
I'm not overconfident. You're just underwhelming. Guards,
Him
to me.
to box. I want a day. I could have voted War bounce that, but I think that's
Focus.
especially when we know that they play huge threats. They're land short if it's at Pat. Why? We're here. Post game wrap up. The last game, I don't know what happened. We called it a day. Again, like I said in the intro, this is probably one of my favorite decks to play. You saw that I kind of personally had some user errors, and we still kind of came out on top of some of those games. It does have a lot of crawl back potential, memory to lose being the main reason for that. You can always kind of get to the spells that we need. Wandering Emperor, life gain is just so important. Making threats actually in the game too, and to Fairy. A little bit of a misplay with it in the last game. Like I said, I definitely should have plussed. It would have got hit for 3, or I would have got hit for 3, which is even better. Make a token, and I have all my mana to defend it. Kind of like whenever you play like a big like hero Dominaria, you generally plus it first, like untap, defend it, and then when you get to untap with it is when you do all your other shenanigans. But yeah, I really like the deck. We played 3 games with it on stream. I've had a pretty good record with it overall. I 3-0'd today. A couple of the games I played, they're generally longer, so I'm not going to make this out anymore. I think in terms of gameplay, it's already 50 minutes or something because it's blue-white control. But yeah, so that's going to do it. Thanks for watching, and hope to see you guys next time.